Okay, so this is part 3 now, makeup and liquify. So I have just made a new layout and called it face, because that's what I'm working on. So like, yeah, so what I'm gonna do is go onto burn tool, sorry, and I'm just gonna zoom in onto my eye, and all I'm gonna do is just burn the tips of where my eyeliner is, just to like make it more bold and like very thick and stuff. I only really like to do it on the tips. I don't like to go over the top, or else it's too noticeable. And just a little bit underneath my eyelids. So as you can see, it looks a little bit more like contrast and like thicker. And I wouldn't do any more than that. I also will do another tutorial later on like how to do like eyeshadows and stuff, because like this is just more of a simple way of doing it if you're trying to do it quick and stuff, but I have other ways. So I just recreated another layer called it lips, and I'm just gonna pick a colour that would match my tone, which for my lips it's more of a like light pink because of my skin colour. So I just turn the opacity down and I just paint over a part, and then I'll go to the top corner and just go on color, so it'll like blend in with the skin, and then I'll just turn the opacity down from like there. I'm just gonna do the top lip. As you can see, now my lips have like color to them. I don't really like the colors, I'm just gonna make it a little bit more darker. Just lightly stroke my bottom lip. I would always leave the top as the lightest. And just get it to a point where you like it. I'm just gonna like I'm just gonna burn the lip just because it's too light on some areas, and also do the same with dots just to highlight some and bring it out. And as you can see, like, it looks so much more representable. Now I'm gonna call the new file, and I'm gonna call it for my cheeks. And I'm just gonna like use the same kind of tones, the pinky tones, and like just go against the cheek this time. Do exactly the same thing as I just did, just on my cheek. So I've selected color, and I'm just lightly gonna. You don't want to go over the top because with cheeks it does tend to blur out the skin, so you gotta be really careful. Obviously that's really pink, so I'm just gonna turn that down, make it more natural, looking more makeup realistic. As you can see on the right side, it's very, because the skin's so light, and on that side it's not gonna pick up so well, which is actually a good thing, because of realistic lighting that would be less like blush, and the shadowed area would be more darker. And you can't really like tell. It's not a big difference or anything, but it looks like, I like this. It looks good. You don't want to go over because then people can really tell that it's all put on Photoshop. Okay, so now I'm gonna do liquify. So basically liquefy. You can either bloat things, like cause different kinds of effects, make things thinner. This is usually like for weight loss, but all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring my hair in on the fringe area because it's like very sticking out and I want to bring it in tighter. And also I might, like, just for example, bring in my jawline. I wouldn't usually do that anything to myself, but just to show you like how to do it on skin so you don't cause any like bumpy effects or anything. So I'll start off with my hair and I'm just going to lightly bring it in, not too much because you don't want to distort the background. And make sure it's perfectly neat because when there's a lot of like waves on the ends, you can really tell it's been liquefied, so you have to be really careful. I don't want to do too much on the other side because there's a wall there and it's going to be obvious. This button here, this is just a reconstruction button which will basically put it back to its original, so there's no backs on this. You just literally have to like brush it over the area you don't like and then redo it again. This is just to select it and move it around so you can like get to other areas. So now I'm just going to do an example of bringing in my jaw. So I'm going to zoom in really close so I can make sure I can see every detail and just small on the brush. Just use the brackets to make the brush sizes different. I'm just bringing it in only a very little bit. I don't want it to like be so over the top reconstructing my face. I like to make sure it looks like me still. So as you can see, it's a lot more like smoother and stuff, and it doesn't actually look like anything's been done to it. But you have to be really careful, don't make bumps or anything. As you can see now, my jaw on the end is more like pointier, whereas mine have quite a round face. I'm just showing you overall of what we've done. Can't really tell a big difference, but you know, it's a final finish to an image. This tutorial is basically tweaking things. So yeah, that was the tutorial for makeup and liquefy, and I hope it helped. I mean, this one's a pretty simple tutorial to do, so it's not really that hard. And there'll be other tutorials posted up later, and if you have any suggestions on what you would like to learn, please let me know.